Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Game 4 of Zero vs. Jaedong at the semifinals of the ABC Mart MSL. Once again, I'm joined by Deja Vu, and obviously, since it's Game 4, it's 2-1 in somebody's favor. But if you haven't been watching the first three games, you're stupid because it's 2-1 in Zero's favor, which is so surprising, especially because the last game he won in a perfectly straight up equal position. So it looks like at the top left we are going to have Jaedong in all likelihood the yellow. No, they're going to keep him as teal and white. That's a little suspect. And in the bottom right, we are going to have the player who's on the verge of his first ever finals appearance. He's one game away. He just needs to win one of the next two. We have Zero in the bottom right in white, and we are on Monte Cristo, which is a two-player spawn map, the first one of the series. So they're definitely going to scout each other first.
Yeah, I think it's actually the only two-player map in the MSL this round, and Zero, such an opportunity for him. Look at this, he's got such a great opportunity. And for those of you who don't know, somehow, if you've been watching, somehow you don't know that I am a huge Zero fan. I am, and I am so excited for him right now. And like my legs are actually shaking a little bit as I'm watching this. I'm like, come on, Zero, you gotta make this happen. Looks like both of them are going Overlord first, but I really hope that he's able to take this down. It does look like, yeah, Overlord's first, so he could be seeing. Nope, never mind. I was wrong. Did he cancel an Overlord? I could have sworn I saw an Overlord spawning, but no, again, from Zero, it does look like a 9-pull. I thought that I saw an Overlord spawning, but I must have missed on that in my excitement. But we do have an Overlord first from Jaedong, and another possible 12 hatch. Could we be seeing another 9-pull versus 12 hatch? That would be crazy, and good shot at it for Zero.
This is awesome by Zero because so far this map has been like the 12 hatch map because all you've got is like the worst choke in the world in between your main and natural, not even a ramp, just like a stupid really wide choke that's like pretty much worthless. So everybody's been going for 12 hatches, and Zero's like, I think Jaedong's gonna go for 12 hatch here, and especially because it's relatively long rush distances as well, and it actually looks like he's going for 9-pool with no speed, which is really interesting build that I actually have never tried this build, so I can speak with a lot of experience about most ZVZ builds, but I have never seen oh, he is going for the gas, but a very late gas, so it looks like it is going to be the 9-pool, and then you get enough money to expand, and then you get the gas. Very interesting, but he's going to have Zerglings out a lot earlier than his opponent and have not that much of an inferior economy. So very interesting and awesomely selected build for this map.
Yeah, it's a little different because now the required damage that he needs to do with his 9-pool is a lot less than you would see if he did the normal 9-pool gas, and how you basically have to take down that hatchery and take down a couple drones. But now if he can just get into the main, do some damage, take down some drones, even if he allows that natural expansion hatchery to live, as long as he can keep that drone count kind of low, he will make that up, and it's definitely an interesting position for him. And he is actually looking like he is going to focus down that hatchery, see how much damage he's actually able to do before Zerglings pop out. We do have some drones coming off the line right now to try and buy time for that hatchery. That hatchery is about half dead right now, and how is Jaedong going to be able to defend? Trying to micro his drones, but not doing a great job of drilling right now, and that hatchery down under 400 health. This is looking really bad for Jaedong. He may lose that hatchery. That would be terrible for him if he loses that hatchery. Down under 100 health, 50 health, 20 health, 10 health, it goes down. Zero picks off that hatchery with just his initial Zerglings, and Jaedong has now taken a backseat in this game. He's able to get a couple larvae out of that hatchery before it goes down, but that is terrible spot for him. He is so far behind, and with that hatchery at his natural expansion for Zero, he has all the advantages in the world right now. He is in great shape to take this game down. Wonderful attack by Zero, and definitely a miscalculation on Jaedong's part. As Zero now going into heavy turtle mode, putting up a creep colony, which will become a sunken shortly.
Jaedong is forced to do a lot of damage right here. While he's just got this really extremely temporary Zergling advantage, and Zero smartly has brought off sufficient drones to help deal with this. And look at that, pulling back the damaged Zerglings. So hard to do Zergling micro, but Zero doing it very well right now. I've got a huge smile across my face. I'm having like nerd heart palpitations because Zero is in such a good position in the game. His tech's right at the same time. His economy is better, or his economy is, I think, like just maybe one drone different. I think it's almost exactly the same, but the production is 2-1 in favor of Zero, and the gas later in the game is going to be 2-1 in favor of Zero. And I think as long as Zero plays nice and solid and not like he did in Game 2, but just plays like the pro gamer, like the extremely amazing, awesome, poised pro gamer that we all know he is, I think he will be able to take this semifinal match. I don't want to jinx it, but he's in a fantastic position right now. I love this.
I know, he is so far ahead right now. Jaedong even forced to put down a creep colony because now he's down 2-1 production, as you mentioned. So he's going to be so far behind on Zergling count. He needs that creep colony, which oddly positioned, very, very oddly positioned because it's not in his mineral lines. And the reason it's positioned there is because the Spire is also oddly positioned, not really in his mineral lines. So he's forced to put that second colony there in a place where his drones are not going to be able to defend it as well. So this is definitely a small mistakes by Jaedong right now, making it so that way his defensive posture is going to be a lot weaker. It does look like Jaedong's equal on the Zergling count right now, but if Zero decides to pump Zerglings and really make an issue of it, he could take a lead. And it looks like we've got non-speed for both players, just Zerglings hammering at each other, and Zero's going to come out ahead, it looked like, by one Zergling, and he's going to be able to rebuild those Zergling counts as we do see some of the reinforcements come in, and we do have 5 Zerglings right now. And Jaedong sending out a drone for what purpose here? Okay, it looks like he's going to use his mutals to clear out the Zerglings and then try and throw down his hatcher, but it's going to take a little while, and that drone goes down! Oh man, this is just looking awful, awful, awful for Jaedong. Zero just so far ahead, now has a second gas already up, and is Jaedong's Muto Micro that good that he can win this game? I honestly don't think he's that much better than Zero, but we'll have to see if he's got some crazy tricks up his sleeve in order to make a big comeback in this game.
Funny you should mention crazy tricks up his sleeve, because in my ZVZs, when I don't cancel my 12 hatch and then it ends up getting surrounded by Zerglings and picked off, my crazy trick is hide an Expo, because that's the only hope you have in the game. It's so hard to come back from this position, and beautiful by Zero, managed to win that Zergling battle just a moment ago with his equal Zergling numbers, managed to take 2 fewer hits, so that's not exactly critical because it was only 1 Zergling, but pretty nice indeed. And the longer this game goes on, the happier I get, because Zero just builds up more and more forces, so many more than Jaedong can. And here comes, this could be the final battle of Jaedong's trip in the MSL. He's losing so many mutals, it looks like he's only got a couple of left. He's just falling and microing, but now he's down to 1 mutals, and there's still Scourge out, and a Scourge kills the final mutals, and Zero still just got the hugest clump of mutals in the world. He's going to pick off those Scourge and then go to work on the drones. Zero letting that grin just maybe start to spread across his face. He wants to be professional. He knows the camera's on him. He's trying to like not look like he's the happiest person in the world right now, but he is the happiest person in the world right now. Gonna pick off every drone of Jaedong's. I'm so happy.
You know how there's some people that you just like to see them happy? Zero's one of those guys, you look at him, you just want him to smile. If he's not happy, like, I'm kind of unhappy. But when he's happy, it is awesome. And Zero wins here. Look at that grin on his face. It's a grin we don't see often. And here's my message to Team Liquid's picture finders. Can you please find some better pictures of Zero? If anyone knows what I'm talking about, if you go to like all of their threads, every picture of Zero is like either him with his face in his hands, looking depressed, or he looks like a pedo creeper in your closet. So I am requesting that we get better pictures of Zero, because he is actually a great looking guy when he smiles, and he has a huge reason to smile here today as he takes down the ZVZ monster Jaedong, and he gets to spray his name in huge marker ink across shirts and hand them out. That is a great signature. That is huge. I have that signature, by the way, and it is awesome.
Man, and not to let anybody know, just to let everybody know, neither of us dislike Jaedong. We're both also big Jaedong fans. He's an inspired player with extremely great play that is just so fun to watch. But Jaedong's had a million trips to Star League Finals, and Flash has had a million trips to Star League Finals, and even Hydra has had a trip to a Star League Final. But for Zero, he's like the underdog that we were both rooting for, and he's a great Pro League player who's got amazing Zerg versus Protoss and Zerg versus Terran. And I think if it is a Zero versus Flash final, he may not have as good a chance as Jaedong, but he does have amazing Zerg versus Terran, so he might be able to pull that off. And how funny would it be, because Right now, after those 4 games, he's 86 and 83. But going into the MSL, he had below 50% ZVZ. How funny would it be if he faced Hydra in the finals and won that, and the terrible ZVZ player winning the MSL on the wings of his terrible ZVZ?
I mean, if think about it, if you beat Calm, Jaedong, and Hydra in this, that's the top 3
And here.
ZVZers of today. And Hiva, but like those are the top 3 ZVZers of today. And I also have another small request. If anyone can read Korean, go back in this video about 15 to 20 seconds. There was a placard for Zero, and it said Queen something and King something. I'm pretty sure the top is Queen of Blades. I'm not sure what the King part was. So if you can read Korean and tell me, translate that, just that one line, I would be so happy, because I want to know if he's got like some other nickname or some other thing going on that I don't know about, because that would be so awesome if he did.
I don't really have anything else to say. I look forward to casting the other semifinal match, Flash versus Hydra, with you, and I look forward to seeing you all in the finals. Oh, what a great series.
Oh yeah, we're gonna try and do a live cast of the finals if anyone is interested in waking up whatever time zone you're in. We are going to try to live cast those for you, and we'll make another. I'm sure both of us will make another video in another day or two and let you know some more details.
Oh, and if you're still watching, go ahead and click on Game 5 just to bump up the view count for that in case people don't want spoilers.
Nice. Alright, GG's guys, we will see you in the next semifinals, Flash versus Hydra, which will be on Ferocious account.